Dear steadfast Taurus, today we delve into a powerful truth. The one who disturbed your peace is now facing the consequences of their own making, and you don't have to lift a finger. Curious why? Because karma, as an immutable law of the universe, eventually catches up with everyone. For a soul like yours, who cherishes stability and patiently builds, the universe has a special gift waiting just for you. Today we'll explore what's unfolding for those who betrayed your trust and dedication. You'll gain insight into why the cycle of karma is drawing to a close, why a rebirth from the solid foundation within you is beginning, and why this time, peace will be your constant companion. But before karma reaches them, there's something essential you must do first. Declare your right to protect your space and tranquility. If you don't stand up for the sanctuary of your heart, who will? I invite you, dear Taurus, to take a moment and write in the comments, "I allow myself to be safe and secure." This simple act is a way to wrap yourself in protective energy and helps me share this message of light with all the beautiful souls of your zodiac sign. Because you, Taurus, deserve to be cherished, healed, and heard, not just once, but forever. We often think that steadfastness is a form of strength, but for you, it can sometimes become an invisible fortress, allowing others to encroach upon your boundaries too easily. You hesitate to say no, to push back, and instead, you silently endure, continuing to build even when you're weary. Even when your spirit feels depleted, many Taurians carry the belief that love and commitment are sacred bonds. You don't just love with your heart, you love with devotion, loyalty, and faith in enduring values. You give without expecting anything in return. But have you ever paused to reflect? If they never learned to value a steadfast heart like yours, did your dedication truly build anything, or did it simply cause you to wear yourself down? In countless tarot readings for Taurus, one image consistently emerges: a beautiful garden, but neglected. Values once cultivated now taken for granted. And a person still trying to tend that land, even when they know it's no longer fertile. And then the question arises, when will karma arrive? The answer is simple. Karma begins the moment you choose your own peace. It starts when you pause and declare, "I will no longer allow anyone to disrupt my stability." You see, the most challenging task for Taurus isn't forgiveness, it's letting go. It's relinquishing a relationship, an investment you once saw as your foundation. It's turning away from a familiarity that still tugs at your comfort zone. It's accepting that stability doesn't always mean staying. This is the lesson that karmic relationships bring. They don't come to ensure your happiness forever. They arrive like subtle earthquakes, quiet yet powerful, to awaken you. Every time you endure without speaking up, every time you build without recognition, and every time you remain patient when you should have walked away, you are learning. Learning about self-worth, setting boundaries, and saying no to what harms your peace. Taurus loves deeply and commits fiercely, but this often leads you to be the last one standing in unhealthy relationships. You don't leave, you hold on. You try to fix things, and you carry burdens that aren't yours. But today marks a turning point. Today you don't have to bear the weight of karma alone anymore. Just pause for a moment. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how many times have I tried to maintain this stability just to keep them in my life? That's not patience, that's self-neglect. And Taurus, you were never meant to live this way. In one recent reading, the Empress reversed appeared like a wake-up call. It didn't suggest you were wrong to love and nurture. Rather, it reminded you that you forgot to tend to your own inner garden. That nurturing, if it doesn't first return to you, will never be enough to sustain anyone else. You might find yourself in a relationship where you always have to be the strong one, always the one who understands, always the one who endures. But true love doesn't require you to shrink yourself. It doesn't demand that you sacrifice everything just to stay. It doesn't leave you silently enduring, questioning, am I building this the wrong way? This is what I want you to affirm. I no longer allow anyone to harm my peace. I wasn't born to have my steadfastness exploited. I deserve to be loved and to feel secure in love. When you speak these words, you activate a new energy within your karmic journey. Taurus, you don't need to wait for others to change. You just need to step out of the cycle where you keep investing, losing, and getting hurt. This is the pivotal moment, marking your emotional awakening. When you decide to stop carrying everyone else's emotional burdens, when you choose to own your energy instead of living by someone else's terms. You weren't meant to be someone's emotional bedrock for their instability. You were born to love and be loved in a healthy, gentle, and lasting way. You can be patient, but you no longer need to accept what harms you. You can stay, but only if that place doesn't cause you to lose yourself. If you resonate with these words, please write in the comments, I have chosen my peace. This isn't just a phrase, it's a signal to the universe, letting karma know you are ready. You've learned your lessons. Now, it's time for others to learn from your absence. We often perceive karma as punishment, but in reality, it's about balance. And for you, dear Taurus, what is their karma? Tarot reveals it clearly. When you stand up for yourself, karma will guide them to confront what they need to face, the loss of a steadfast anchor. The one who hurt you will begin to fade away, not in a storm of anger, but in the stillness of your newfound peace. A peace they cannot exist within if they remain unhealed. But why is it that Taurus often gets their steadfastness taken advantage of? Why do you become the safe haven for others? Don't skip ahead, because understanding this is crucial to breaking the cycle. Can you see it now? The one who caused you pain will disappear. Karma is here, and your peace begins the moment you declare, I will no longer allow anyone to hurt me again. Some people come to you not to love, but to lean on you. But their leaning isn't sharing, it's unloading their burdens. They bring their wounds, their instability, and see you as a safe place to pour out their emotions. Your steadfast heart becomes an invisible foundation that others lean on when life feels overwhelming. But once they feel better, you are forgotten. That is not love. That's emotional exploitation disguised as intimacy. With your loyal heart and protective instinct, you often fall into this trap. In countless readings, especially for karmic relationships, one pattern repeats. A Taurus gives everything, time, care, patience, only to receive silence, withdrawal, and neglect in return. I call this the invisible, one-sided investment, where you believe you're in a relationship, but you're the only one building it. The other person isn't a partner. They're merely a receiver. You initiate care, connection, apologies, and sacrifice. And strangely, you feel guilty for stopping, for prioritizing yourself, for asserting, I deserve to be loved kindly too. Taurus is a sign of steadfastness, practicality, and deep attachment. Yet, because of this, you often invest so much in others that you forget your own boundaries. When you love, you don't just give. You become the foundation for the other person. You endure, because you believe you're strong and the relationship needs to be maintained. You are patient because you think they deserve another chance. You stay because you think love means waiting and building. But who is staying for you? There's a lesson I learned in my own healing journey, and I want to share it with you. Not everyone who receives love knows how to reciprocate it. Some individuals only know how to take, and when there's nothing left to give, they leave. Because you're kind and steadfast, they assume you never tire. Because you're solid, they think you never get hurt. Because you remain silent, they believe you're okay. But what's the truth? You're exhausted, you're hurting, you're carrying so much, and you're silent. Because you're too accustomed to no one truly listening or seeing your efforts. I once pulled the 5 of Pentacles in a Taurus love reading. The image depicted a person left out in the cold, lacking, no one helping, no one asking. It symbolizes a Taurus feeling abandoned, depleted in an unbalanced relationship where their investments are not returned. And I always ask the querent, why are you the only one carrying this load? Real love never places you in a position where you have to strain yourself. It never asks you to lose yourself just to receive a fraction of warmth. If you're the only one keeping the light on, that's not love. That's emotional occupation, whether intentional or not. The issue isn't who the other person is. It's about why you allowed it to continue. Perhaps you believed in healing, in karma, thinking that if you were kind and persistent, something good would come your way. But karma doesn't operate through endurance. It works through awareness. When you recognize you're being drained in an unfair connection, that's when karma starts to shift. That's when you need to say, enough. You don't have to shout or fight. Just one small declaration in your heart will suffice. I no longer allow my steadfastness to be taken for granted. They didn't leave because you weren't enough. They left because they could no longer exploit you once you became aware. Sometimes, their disappearance is a hidden blessing. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I in a relationship or am I merely a foundation for someone else's healing? If the answer is difficult to swallow, it may be time to step out of the victim role and embrace the identity of someone who has learned self-respect. Self-respect isn't pride. It's understanding that love doesn't require erasing yourself. It's loving while remaining whole and grounded. It's when you stop at the right moment and allow karma to teach what you no longer wish to convey through sacrifice. The universe doesn't reward those who suffer the most. It sends real love to those who know when to stop, especially when the heart begins to bleed. If you've ever found yourself in such a situation, I encourage you to write a brief affirmation below this video. I choose myself. This isn't about rejecting the other person. It's about affirming that you deserve to be loved as you once loved others. Taurus, your peace begins the moment you assert, enough. Don't wait for karma to punish someone for you to feel relief. Karma doesn't seek revenge, it reveals the truth. Once you've learned your lesson, karma will find the other person in ways they least expect. You don't need to look back or wonder, do they still think about me? Just keep moving forward, because ahead lies an entirely new chapter. In that chapter, you will no longer love as a healer or an unconditional provider. You will love as a complete, grounded soul. Walk with me into the next part, where karma knocks on the door and the truth begins to unfold. Some karmic consequences don't arrive with thunder. They come softly, like a gentle breath, but they can cause someone's entire inner world to collapse. For Taurus, karma doesn't seek revenge. It comes to cleanse, to restore balance, and to make that soul confront what they've sown, the loss of a stable foundation. No noise, no warning, and no need for you to shout or explain. When you withdraw your energy and investment, remaining steadfast in your silence and peace, the universe takes care of the rest. Have you ever heard of the karmic loop? It's a subtle cycle where the one who hurt you keeps encountering the instability and lack they once caused you. They are abandoned in their emptiness, just as they abandoned your dedication, misunderstood, as they once made you feel suffocated by their inconsideration. They search for stability, but only find emptiness. They look back and realize you are no longer there. In my readings on Taurus and their karma, I often see one haunting image: someone gazing at the space where you once stood, where you once built, suddenly grasping that the absence of that solidity is the greatest pain of their life. Not because you vanished, but because they thought your steadfastness would never end. And when you finally walk away, they begin to understand. Some hearts that once felt lost without their anchor are never found again. And you, dear Taurus, don't need revenge. You just need to walk away. Just choose your own peace. Just say, "I am enough." That's when karma opens the door to its classroom. There's a life lesson I want to engrave in your heart today. Revenge doesn't set you free. But witnessing someone realize their lesson in silence, that is true justice. Karma doesn't come to satisfy you. It's not a sentence. It's the truth. And the truth always finds its way back. Have you ever quietly withdrawn, only to hear that they fell apart in another relationship or struggled with instability? You didn't need to say a word, and they began to comprehend what stability they should never have lost. If you've experienced this, leave a comment below. I saw it, and I am at peace. When you write that, you're not just healing yourself, you're voicing the experiences of many other Taurian souls who are silently suffering. Don't expect karma to be loud. Sometimes the emptiness inside someone is the heaviest lesson of all. You don't need to turn back to see if they regret their actions. You just need to keep moving forward and let the universe handle the rest. Karma doesn't need to be seen to exist. Just like true love, it doesn't require proof in words. Pause for a moment and envision a day when you walk a new path, and the one who hurt you can only watch from a distance. They can't call your name. They no longer hold power because you've closed the door that was once left open for too long. This is how the one who caused you pain will disappear. Not with a bang, but with the growing emptiness they feel within themselves. Karma is here, and your peace has already begun. When karma starts its work, it also presents you with a gift that not everyone can hold: inner peace. But how do you embrace that peace when you're accustomed to living in a state of enduring? How do you refrain from looking back? How do you stop asking, what if they change? How do you know this time that peace is real and that you deserve it? Join me in this next part, where we learn to step into a new quiet, a space reserved for souls who have completed their karmic lessons. There exists a kind of peace that isn't contingent upon their return to apologize, but rather when you no longer wait for that moment, no longer hope they understand, and no longer need them to see you with regretful eyes. You simply let go, gently and completely. Then, something quietly miraculous occurs. You realize your heart is still beating, and life never stopped. That is the moment true peace begins. No more hoping for someone to come and patch things up for you. No more striving to prove your worth through endurance. You are walking away from old illusions and returning to yourself, to your own solid ground. I've witnessed this transformation many times in Taurus love readings. Some ask me, when will they come back? Do they regret their actions? But when I read the cards, the energy is no longer with them. It rests entirely within you. The message the cards consistently convey is that you are already enough. Peace lies in your hands, not theirs. Taurus is a soul of steadfastness, but also a soul of quiet sacrifice. Because you've sacrificed and built so much, you sometimes forget that you, too, deserve to be loved and cared for. But today marks the beginning of something new. You will learn to understand yourself instead of waiting for someone else to understand you. You are no longer the one left behind. You are the one who chose to break free from the cycle of pain. You are the one who declared, "I choose my peace." This is the most beautiful gift you can give yourself. Forgiveness isn't a declaration that the other person was right. It's a message to yourself. I choose relief. I refuse to carry anger any longer. I will not bear pain that never belonged to me. When you let go of resentment, your hands become free to receive the better things the universe is ready to offer. Love is a living energy, and that energy always flows toward where true peace exists. The more peaceful you become, the more you attract the right kind of love. Have you ever gone through an entire day only to realize you no longer need a message from them? You're still okay. You're still alive. That is the most beautiful victory, one that requires no validation. If you feel like you're touching even a tiny part of that peace, write this down. I am no longer waiting for someone to understand me. I am learning to understand myself. You are not alone. Many other Taurian souls are quietly walking this same path. If you look closely, you'll notice a light beginning to flicker at the end of that road. Not dazzling, but warm enough and gentle enough to keep you from feeling cold. You see, the one who hurt you is starting to fade. Karma has arrived, and peace is no longer far away. Taurus, your peace begins now. I hold on to one belief as my guiding principle. No one can break you when you no longer allow anyone to touch your unhealed wounds. Healing doesn't come from someone returning, it comes from your choice to stand by yourself, on your own solid ground. Take a deep breath and envision a life free from anger, bitterness, or longing for explanations. Just you and the quiet softness, enough to bring a smile for no reason. And then, curiously enough, when you touch that peace, another door opens. A new future, a new connection, a new person. Not to fill the void, but to walk alongside you on equally firm footing. This love won't be built from broken pieces. It will emerge from growth, clarity, and awakening. You've stopped shouting to be loved. You've begun listening to your own heart. You're learning to embrace the quiet moments, recognizing that true love doesn't demand a performance. It simply requires authenticity and a shared, stable foundation of respect. When you stop seeking validation from others, you open yourself up to a deeper connection with yourself. You realize that the love you've been searching for has always been within you, waiting to be acknowledged. This newfound understanding allows you to attract a partner who resonates with your spirit, someone who appreciates your essence without trying to change it. As you step into this new chapter, you'll encounter individuals who reflect the love you've cultivated within. These connections will feel effortless and nurturing, allowing you to express your true self without fear. You will find joy in shared moments, laughter, and the simple act of being together without the weight of past expectations. Imagine waking up next to someone who sees you, truly sees you, without needing to fix or change anything. They cherish your quirks, your dreams, and your vulnerabilities. This is the kind of love that flourishes when you've learned to love yourself first. It's a partnership built on mutual respect, support, and understanding. You'll notice that the energy you emit attracts those who are aligned with your journey. No more chasing after love or trying to prove your worth. You've learned that you are enough just as you are. The universe responds to this shift in your energy, bringing forth relationships that uplift and inspire you. In this space of self-acceptance, you'll find that your heart is open to receive love that is gentle and kind. You'll create a safe haven for yourself and your partner, where both of you can grow together. This love will not only heal the wounds of the past, but will also encourage you to dream bigger and reach higher. As you continue on this path, remember that love is not about losing yourself in another person. It's about finding a partner who enhances your journey. You are not here to complete someone else. You are here to complement each other. This understanding will empower you to set healthy boundaries, ensuring that your needs are met while also respecting your partner's. With each passing day, you'll feel more confident in expressing your desires and boundaries. You'll learn that it's okay to prioritize your happiness and well-being. This self-advocacy will create a strong foundation for a loving relationship, one where both partners feel valued and heard. So, as you step forward into this new love, carry with you the lessons learned from your past. Embrace the strength that comes from knowing your worth. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, but also remember to protect your heart. The right person will cherish your openness and reciprocate with their own. Your journey is far from over, dear Taurus. It's just the beginning of a beautiful adventure filled with love, growth, and discovery. Trust that the universe is guiding you towards connections that resonate with your soul, and know that you are deserving of all the love that is coming your way. As you move through this transformative period, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Celebrate your resilience, your capacity to love, and your willingness to learn. Each step you take towards self-love brings you closer to the fulfilling relationships you desire. Embrace the peace that now surrounds you. Let it fill your heart and mind, allowing you to move forward with confidence. Remember, you are not alone on this path. The universe supports you, and your journey is a testament to the strength and beauty of your spirit. As you continue to heal and grow, keep your heart open to the possibilities that lie ahead. Love is waiting for you, ready to blossom in ways you never imagined. Trust in the process and know that you are on the right path to discovering a love that truly honors you. So, dear Taurus, step boldly into this new chapter of your life. Embrace the love that is coming your way, and let it be a reflection of the love you have cultivated within yourself. You are worthy of every beautiful moment that awaits you. And as you embark on this journey, remember, your peace has begun. You are not just healing, you are blooming.